After another record day of coronavirus cases here in the Buckeye State, state leaders are urging Ohioans to rethink their holiday plans. Dr. Frank Esper, an infectious disease specialist with Cleveland Clinic Children's, joining us now with tips on how we can celebrate safely. First of all, doctor, good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. And a lot of people are concerned about, if in fact they should invite family over for the holidays. What kind of advice can you give us this morning?
We've actually gone through this already several times since, this pandemic began, when we talked about what are we doing for Memorial Day and Labor Day and 4th of July and just most recently Halloween. And everyone's a little bit different. And every family, there's no one right answer. Every family has to make that decision for themselves. But the general rules is that certainly anyone within the same household can celebrate. That's not the problem. The problem is if you're bringing people from other households in, which, like people with large families, certainly the grandparents, they usually really look forward to these types of events. And so we have to make those decisions as to what the risks are and what is our acceptable level of risk, depending on what the circumstances is in our house. How old are people? Do people have underlying lung or heart or diabetes or problems like that? They should be a lot more conservative.
And this is the type of year where you do want to bring in, relatives from out of town, and you want to go see grandma and all of that. Say, for instance, you just have to do it. If you have to do it and you really, really want to do it, what type of precautions should you take?
Well, the best thing that you could do, and these are the same rules that we've been living by for the last 6 to 8 months now, is that you try to keep people as distant as possible. You try to make sure do things outdoors rather than indoors. Now, I can tell you, certainly in Ohio in late November, that's probably not going to be able to do. But if you can open windows, if you can ensure good airflow, those things can sometimes really make a big difference. Trying to keep people apart, I would actually tell people, if wearing masks is certainly something you should think about, even though it's family. Wearing masks when you're indoors is very much a good idea to do. It can be difficult because you want to embrace, you want to share your love with a lot of people that some you haven't seen in so long. But this is going to be a year that's going to be different, and you just have to keep telling yourself next year will be better.
And it's hard to tell that to the older members of the family who are glad to see you. They want to hug you, but I guess for their sake, you got to kind of push back a little bit.
Well, that's why the best thing to do is to make the ground rules ahead of time.
Okay.
And to make sure to give them a heads up, not the day before, but several weeks before, to say this is what we're thinking, and maybe even have a discussion over the phone talking about what they want to get out of the holidays this year. And we're not just talking about Thanksgiving, we're talking about Christmas too. And we don't know what's going to happen 3 weeks from now or 2 months from now.
Doctor, but real quickly, you got about 30 seconds left. Want to hit on, traveling for the holidays, flying for the holidays and things like that.
Well, first thing you have to do is you have to understand that there are travel restrictions in many different states, not just states that you may be going to, but states that family may be coming from. That you really have to look and see what your state is talking about as to whether or not you have to quarantine or whether you're even allowed to come into the state, depending on how much virus is happening. If you are traveling, it's usually best to travel by yourself in a vehicle on your own. But if you have to fly, like many people, try to keep as spread apart as possible.
All right, Dr. Frank Esper, Cleveland Clinic Children's. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it. Good information as we are heading into the holidays.